Okay, so today we are going to see the second method uh, or second article, I will say, from the LPP, and that is the first method to solve LPP, graphical method to solve the LPP. Generally, in last 3-4 years, 2 mark question is coming on the graphical method in every question paper. The question will be a very straightforward, solve the following LPP by graphical method. Okay, and obviously the graphical method have a restriction that LPP should have two variables, maximum two variable. So whenever we have more than two variable, graphical method fails and such a question will never come in the exam. Right now, let I show you one question that we already seen in formulation. When we see the formulation of first problem where that one seller is there who want to maximize his profit, okay, where he can have only 100 rupees to invest. It is the question is like this: a seller have the two articles A and B. Uh, he earns the rupees 2 and 3 on one unit or one article of A and B, but he purchases it for 1 and 2 rupees and he can have 100 rupees maximum to invest. So formulate the LPP. That was the question we seen in the last session. Now let me find its a solution by graphical method. Whenever we have to solve any LPP by graphical method, the first thing what we have to do it. So just take X and Y axis. Even though you don't have a graph paper, you can solve it on the rough graph. So when I say rough graph, don't draw by a free hand. At least you should have some proper scale there. For example, we have to draw this constraint x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 100. So first step, convert that inequality to the equality. So x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 100. What we done, this less than or equal to we removed and we replace it by equal sign. Okay. Now this last condition, x1 and x2 are positive. This ensures that our region always lie in a first quadrant. So the region of this solution, the region of a solution is always in the first quadrant because of this last condition, x1, x2 positive. That means xy are positive. So x and y are positive. So here is x plus 2y equal to 100. So can anyone tell me to draw a straight line? Definitely we require a minimum 2 points. So which 2 points we should take it here?
Sir, x1 equals to 0 and x2 will be 50.
Very good. So generally we prefer points on a coordinate axis. So if we put x1 as a 0, we get x2 as a 50. So we want a 50 unit on y-axis. So just if we say this is a 50 unit, this is a 50 unit. So this point we get as a 0, 50. So first point we got it here, 0, 50. But now if we put x2 as a 0, we get x1 as a 100. Suppose this is the
100, 0.
yes, 100, 0. So we got 2 points now. One point is a 0, 50, 100, 0, and this straight line, whatever the straight line is a passing through these 2 points. So draw that straight line then. So this one is ours. So this way also you can draw the graph in the final exam. This is a rough graph, and this way if you draw the graph, that is considered as a correct graph there. Okay. Now the last part is left here. Which one is the region? Because inequality always divides the plane into the two parts. In general, 99% of the cases, that straight line uh, divides the two region, in which in one of the region we have the origin and the other is non-origin side. So this side is considered as origin side and this side is known as a non-origin side. Right now, just replace the coordinates of origin in the constraint. If that constraint is a true, then it is origin side. For example, here x1 and x2 are 0 for origin because coordinates for origin are 0, 0. So if we replace 0, 0 here, 0 is less than 100 and that is a true. So the region is a towards origin. In simple words, I will say when the constraint is a less than type, the region is always towards origin, and the constraint greater than type in general, that is away from origin, but that you have to check it always. Okay, so just someone is on the chat, let I check, is there any origin side? Okay, correct, 123. Yeah, so here the region is below, so this side sorry, just a minute. So this region is this side below. But already we said it is a x and y are positive, so the region is between these, or that triangle we have. So this is the region where set of all these points will satisfy that constraint x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 100. So what is this triangle? Triangle is a set of all possible solutions, and that set of all possible solutions is known as a feasible region. That's a feasible region. So take any point, say 0, 0. 0, 0 is also one of the possible solution of this LPP. But is it a best solution that seller should not purchase anything and should not sell anything? He will get a 0 rupees. So that is a, yes, it is possible. He will not get anything there. But that is possible, but he will not get any profit there. So definitely he should sell something or he should purchase something. Then only he will get some profit. And that we have to find out the best solution there. That best solution, there is one property of solution. Yes, anyone knows that property, or I will say theorem of convex polygon. It is the name of that theorem, and that states that the optimal value, or that that maximum minimum value always present at one of the corner point of that feasible region, one of the corner points. So how many corner points we get here? First of all, origin, yeah, then point A 100 0 and point B 0 comma 15. So that theorem already says that this maximum value or minimum value always occur at one of the corner point. So the problem becomes simple now. Just we have to calculate this value of a z, this value of z at each corner point, and that gives us the maximum solution. So let me calculate z. So z equal to say at 0 0, at 0 0. So if you replace x and 0 x2 as a 0, what is the value of z?
0.
Okay, now next at 100 0.
100.
100, very good. Last 0 50,
150.
it is 150. So we already observed. Now just compare these three values, because one of the value, at least one of the value is there which gives us a maximum, and here the final answer we say thus z is a maximum, at 0 comma 50, and the maximum value of,
Sir,
yes,
Can you repeat
100 0, it's 200.
Yes, sir.
pardon,
Z
Like
at
100 comma 0.
yes, it should be 200.
no, yes, it is a 200, correct, it is a 200. And so someone said 100 to me. Okay, so that is correct. So it is 200 is there. You will observe the objective function 2x1 plus 3x2. So it is 100 comma 0, it's a 200, and the maximum value is here, not at 0 50. So this is the answer. So we should write that the z is a maximum at 100 0, and the maximum value of z is a 200 there. That's a simple solution there. Okay, this is one of the simplest method that we have. Very simple method. Just you have to plot all the constraint like a straight line first, find the feasible region, and decide the maximum value. Remember, this question will not come in the exam, because if you see the questions that are asked in the old question paper, that have minimum two constraints are there. Now the first thing that I want to show you here, the same solution. See, 2x1 plus 3x2 and x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 100. So let I show you this same solution here by one software, and the name of that software is a Tora. This Tora is a software to solve the problems by by graphical method as well as simplex method. By both the method we can solve the problem on this software Tora here. So let me go to the input screen here. So let I give the name to the problem. Say the name of problem is anything. You can give any name there. We have to give the number of variables. How many variables in our problem? 2. How many constraints we seen? Only one constraint. sorry, 11 is there, one constant. Okay, now let I enter. So we get here, so let I give the names to the variable. Suppose my first variable is x, next variable is y. Okay,
Sir,
yes, yes.
it's three constants, no, sir.
No, there is only one constraint, na, that is x. What is that constraint? Here I will show you.
X greater than equal to
No,
0, y
x1 and
greater than
x2
equal
greater
to
than 0, that non-negative restriction is always there. Okay, that not no need to give it separately, because in LPP this is always a standard thing that all variables should be positive. Okay, get it? So excluding non-negative restriction, only one constraint is there. Got it?
yes, sir.
So here our objective function is a 2x1 plus 3x2. So I will give the coefficient 2, 3. Then what is the first constraint then we have? Is it x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to
100.
100? That's one only. Okay. So we have only this one. And now let me go to the solve menu. Let me solve this LPP. Solve the problem by graphical. Here is the output. Now this output window, first of all, let I show you this one. Let I show you the constant. I will plot a first constant x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 100. So this is the constant, and you'll observe this. This is a point 0, 50. This is 100, 0, and these dotted points. All these dotted points are the feasible points. They are all possible solutions to this LPP. Okay. Now, if we plot this objective function, now remember this slope of objective function is a very important. What happens here? This is what is the equation of objective function here? 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to z. Z can be anything. For example, at origin at 0, 0, z is a 0. So if we plot this line 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to 0, and that slope of that line 2x1 plus 3x2 is equal to the slope of this constraint, what happens? We get infinitely many solution. We get infinitely many solution, because whenever we want a maximum solution, actually we draw the straight line at origin and then we drag it away from origin. Let I show you. So you'll observe what happened. The straight line is drawn at some feasible point and then it is dragged away. Let I click again. See, you'll observe. Are you getting how the straight line is moving? And what happened when we drag it like this side? When we drag this straight line this side, okay, actually we drawn here somewhere here first at origin. So this is the objective function z. Then at some place this one, then next place, this next place, and you will observe when it goes out from the feasible region, it reaches at only one point. Why this happened? It touches only one point because the slope of objective function and the slope of these constraints are different. If their slopes are equal, what happens? The objective function will coincide like this. Okay, this overlap, and if it overlap, we get maximum solution at this point, also maximum solution at this point. Not only that, we get maximum solution on all points of this line segment. So there are infinitely many solutions. So that is a case of infinitely many solution there. Here this problem have a unique solution. Okay, this have a unique solution. Why unique solution? Because it is touching to only one point, and we already observed we got the maximum at the point 100, 0, and the value of z we got as a 200 there. Okay, and this is the answer. This is the graphical method. Any doubt here? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubt?
sir.
Okay, good. So let me move to the another question now. Let I show you a different possible cases of solution that we have. When we solve a simultaneous equation, which are the different possible cases for the solution will occur? Tell me. If I give you two equation for suppose any number of unknown, suppose can that system will have always a solution? Are you started matrices?
Yes, I just started.
Okay, actually after matrices I should start this topic, because Later on, we require elementary row transformation here also in last method, simplex method, but okay. But remember, when you have a system of equation, we have three possibilities. First possibility, the system will have unique solution. Next, system have no solution. System have infinitely many solution. So that three possibilities are also there in LPP. That LPP will have again a similar three possibilities. Let me see the three different possibilities. Let I show you the first one. First example. I think internet issue. Okay. Okay, here is a first example. You will see this one is our first example, illustration one, unique solution. Okay, now for unique solution we have maximize z subject to these two constraints. You'll observe here, to draw this constraint first, to draw this constraint in xy plane, first of all, step number one, we convert this inequality to the equality here. Just inequality is replaced by equality sign. Then we put x1 equal to 0 and x2 equal to 0, and we get that 2 points. So
Your voice is lagging.
yes, I think internet issue is there. So if you have the problem later on, go through the recorded session then. Okay. So 30 and 020 is the 2 points, on a coordinate axis for this first constraint. The same thing.
Say voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now clearly? Okay. So once we get these points on coordinate axis, x and y axis there, we have to draw. We have to just check what is the region there. Both inequalities are less than type, and we will observe 0 is less than 60, 0 less than 96. So region is towards origin. So next part comes like you have to plot this graph. Okay, this is the rough graph that you have to take it, and this is the feasible region. We get it there. Yes, I know
It's
that.
still lagging.
Yes, I know it is a lagging. Don't ask me again and again. If you have the problem later on, you can go through the recorded session, because already I told the internet issue is there. Okay, so here, this is the feasible region that we have. That's a feasible region. And now if you calculate the value of z at each corner point, this one you have to do it in the exam, and we get, obviously the z is a maximum at 18,8, and it is 1000. This 1000 is a maximum value of z. So in examination, no need to write this in detail, like this table not required. If you are not interested to write this table, that is okay. Just this is LPP given. Directly, if you want, you can draw this graph. This graph is important, and this table is important. The graph and table is important, and then you have to state at which point it is a maximum. So let I show you the same problem on Torah here. So here is LPP. We have to 40x plus. Let I show you on Torah again. So I will say let I say linear programming, go to the input screen. So I'll say, I will give name to the LPP anything. Number of variables should be 2 for graphical. Number of constraints are 2 again here. So I will enter it. Let I give the names to the variable, say x and y. Now we have to maximize. Which function we have to maximize? 40 and 35. So first one is 40. Sorry. 35. You can plot also your own right now. 2, 3, 60. First constraint have 2x1. 2, 3, 60. That's a first constraint. And 4, 3, 96. 4, 3, 96. Let I check. Is it correct? Yeah. Okay. So that about our LPP. Now let me solve this. So solve problem. Graphical. Output screen. Now this is right now x1 greater than 0, x2 greater than 0. You'll observe the feasible region is entire first quadrant. When I draw one constraint, say first constraint, this region is gone out now. The feasible region reduces to this triangle only. Okay. When we draw 2x1 plus 3x2 less than 60. Next, if I draw another constraint, now you'll observe this region also gone out because below that, and now this is dotted region. The dotted region is a feasible region which have 4 corner points, origin and these 3 corner points. Getting the coordinates of this corner point have the two ways. One of the way, solve these two equations simultaneously. Solve these two equations, 2x1 plus 3x2 equal to 60 and 4x1 plus 3x2 equal to 96 simultaneously, and find out the point of intersection of this, or other way, just plot perpendicular here, this perpendicular on x-axis and perpendicular on y-axis, and you get that coordinates. But when you plot a perpendicular, it's better you should have the graph paper. Okay, by graph paper only you get that coordinates without solving the equation. So this is the feasible region, and now let me plot the objective function. This plotting of objective function is not required in exam. In examination, what you have to do it, you have to calculate the value of z at each corner point, and that gives you the maximum value there. Here, if I draw here, you will observe this straight line. When we move it away from origin of objective function, it touches to a single point at this point. So this point is optimum. This point is a maximum there. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay, good. So let I just modify this data little bit, and you will observe how the unique solution is converted to the infinite solution. So this is the probably illustration. One is here. This is the 2. So see, the z is changed now. There is 40x1 plus 60x2. Let I check. What is the change that made? Yes, the coefficient of objective functions are changed. 40 and 60 is done. 40 and 60. Let me modify this data. So the instead of y is a 35, if I take 60, can anyone tell me what will happen if we take y as a 60? What is the slope of objective function? Anyone? What is the slope of this objective function, that is z equal to 40x plus 60y? It's a minus 2 by 3, because 40x plus 60y, what you have to do is just divide by 60 first. So 40 by 60 is a 2 by 3. So y is equal to mx plus c. So if you take minus 2 by 3x plus whatever that z there. So that way. Similarly, the constant one have the slope minus 2 by 3. You'll observe the slope of the objective function constant become equal. So this problem will get a infinitely many solution. So in this case, if we plot this graph, so this is the first feasible region. Let I draw first, second. So same feasible region because same constraints are there. Only objective function is changed. So let I show here. What happened? Now you will observe objective function slope and this constraint have the same slope. So optimum is at this point as well at this point also. If you calculate the value of z at this point, the same answer will get at this point. Not only that, you get the optimum value at all the points on this line segment. Let I show you here algebraic solution. So first thing, this graph you have to plot it in the exam, this graph, and then calculate a z, and you will observe the value of z is coming 0 at origin, at 240960, at point B is at 1200 and point C again 1200. So these are the point B and C. This is B and C. So at both the points you have the maximum value. So we can say thus Z have the maximum value on all the points of the line segment BC. On the line segment BC. So this one, the LPP have a multiple optimal solution or infinite solution on this point BC there. Clear? Third case is an unbounded solution. Now what happens? This is case only when we have to maximize something. And constraints are greater than type. Means the region is away from origin. So region is away from origin. So when you plot these lines, this is the feasible region. The feasible region is this one, the outer side. Okay, this is unbounded region. This is infinite region, and we have to maximize z. It is not possible because when we move just away from origin, you get more better value of z, and there is no end to the region. So there is a unbounded. There is a solution, but it is an unbounded solution. Is this case clear? The third case. Generally, this one is never come in the exam. Majority of the times, the problem having unique solutions, that's only coming in the exam. In last 4 years, the questions are that type only coming in exam. But I just alert you that these are the possible cases. When you draw it, you should be able to interpret it. Any doubt here of unbounded solution?
No, sir.
No doubt, because it is clear that z is here and we get the values of z like that, but as a problem is of a maximization and the region is unbounded, so solution also is unbounded there. It have unbounded solution there. And last case, no solution. The fourth case, there are 4 possible cases we have, and that solution does not exist. Why solution does not exist? Because there is no feasible region. There is no feasible region. So 40x1 plus 35x2, 2x1 plus 3x2 less than 60, 4x1 plus 3x2 less than 96, and there is one more constraint added, which is x1 greater than 40. X1 greater than 40. Now what this constraint will do, let I show you. So this one is the first two constraint. The region 1 satisfies only first two constraint, while region 2 satisfy only third constraint, and there is not a single point which satisfies all 3 constraints. Okay, there is not a single point which satisfies all 3 constraints, so there is no feasible region. As no feasible region means there is no set of possible solution. There is no set of possible solution, so how we can optimize it? So there is no solution at all. The problem does not have a solution. Is that clear?